this week? What's happening this week?
Well, Suicide Squad Killer Justice League is had this patch just recently,
Did
and
the patch make it good? I'm just kidding.
they fixed some bugs and whatnot. I can tell you that. That I can tell you this right without spoiling it for people. The Justice League is not dead. A Justice League is dead, but not the
Oh
Justice League.
man.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. God
No
damn.
spoilers. Yeah,
People weren't playing this game though. It's fine.
yeah,
It's
it's
fair.
fine.
It's fair.
Yeah, it's not the Justice League because if anyone could tell you there's a difference between putting kryptonite in somebody's chest, he would die.
But you're still Claudia, my pal, MME International pal. You're still talking about this game when I want to talk about the. You hear about Xbox and Switch are going to come out with news this week.
Oh, you sorry. Didn't.
You're still talking about that. Okay. You know they're going
But
to be. Oh,
but I did, there is one thing I would say. Xbox sucks.
No, that's not.
What?
No, you don't want to. We don't want to say that.
I mean, they're losing the console war.
They're not.
So what?
It does.
They're
It's
winning
not
the
about
long
the box
game,
anymore.
dude.
Right,
They're winning the
Brian.
long game, dude.
Right, Brian.
I want to get Pep in here because
Listen, here. Listen, this is great. This is going to make a great clip out. All you Sony fanboys need to hold their horses until they see all the pieces on the board. You haven't heard what Microsoft is doing yet. What's the Phil Spencer? What's this guy's name? He's a smart man. Sure, he's making moves. They've made a lot of moves behind the scenes. Not behind the scenes. They made a lot of pivotal moves acquiring studios. I also have had frustration with them not releasing a lot of games. But you think outside the box, outside the console. I think the younger generations are less concerned with the box, the actual console, the platform, than the older generations of video game. People just want to play games. They're playing more on PC.
I'm the older generation. The older generation. So for me, it's all about the PlayStation Nation, baby.
I'm not a fanboy. I like I actually buy PlayStation before I buy Xbox. If they both come out and I have the opportunity, I'll buy the PlayStation console first, and then I'll get the Xbox when I can.
Famous last words when most consoles nowadays are better than, most computers are better than most consoles.
Right.
Coming out.
And you lose money on the box.
The thing with PC gaming. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Brad. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, like, let's talk about it for a second here. Unless you have an Apple, you have a Windows operating system. Okay, Windows is Microsoft. Microsoft has always, first and foremost, been a software company. Okay. Do you think they give a damn if you're playing a console or you're paying $60 a pop for one of their games?
It's about selling games.
I think it's all in games, dude. It's all in the long run.
The only thing I see as a loss here
all these developers
is them losing money on controllers.
Well,
too, if they're
like 10 million copies of Spider-Man 2 just sold, and I don't know if you guys have seen the buzz and the hype for Helldivers 2, which is killing it in sales on PC and PlayStation.
That's great.
You know,
Xbox
people will
still
pay
has
for games.
Halo, Gears of War. They have a lot of IP that could get people to.
I know they have a lot of
Duty.
IPs, Max, but they haven't done anything with these IPs in years.
The next Elder Scrolls? Come on. This is significant stuff. You don't know all the pieces.
I'm not saying Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls does have a huge fan base.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they can get the games out.
In Call of Duty?
Yeah. Call of Duty.
Forza? They just need to make I mean, I'm not blind. I'm not a blind Xbox fanboy.
I said Forza is a good arcade driving sim.
Oh, no.
Don't even
they have two separate. You don't even know what you're talking about, bro.
How dare
they have two separate franchises. Horizon is the arcade. Forza has surpassed Gran Turismo.
I don't think so.
Yes, it has.
Have you played the last Gran Turismo? Have you played the last Gran Turismo?
Forza as a series has been more significant to the sim racer than Gran Turismo in recent years.
Yeah.
Brian, am I wrong?
No.
Forza, there's two. He's combining the two series together. Forza Horizon is the arcade Forza. Regular Forza is still a sim.
Gran Turismo will always be this gold standard for simulation.
Yes.
Yes.
And this is, you're showing your fanboy colors.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Forza has been more prolific than Gran Turismo the last few years too. They've released more content, you know.
Have you played Gran Turismo in VR?
No, because I don't have.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, yes, I did on the
Gran
last
Turismo
VR.
7?
I'm not the new one, no, because I don't have the new piece yet.
Okay,
I don't have.
Playing Gran Turismo in VR. It's insane.
Now that's
it feels
you're
like
probably
you're
right.
in the cockpit. It's insane.
Okay.
The next time I come over, I'll bring it.
Sure. Now, what I think is happening here, Claudia, I think it's pretty significant that both Microsoft and Nintendo are releasing some info this week at the same time.
Ooh.
I do feel like they're going to collaborate together. I do think that you're going to see Game Pass on Switch 2 when they finally announce it. I just think it's going to happen. I know everyone's like, oh, that'll never happen. It would benefit Nintendo.
Max, you have to realize that Nintendo has its own video game streaming service, don't they?
Nintendo Online, yes.
Yes. Why would they have a competing service on their console?
What
you're confusing is having third-party Xbox games be multi-platform. That's what you're confusing with Game Pass. I don't think Game Pass is going to be on consoles.
No,
that makes no sense.
Listen, they can have third-party. Hey, Blue Jay, they can have third-party games on other consoles, but I do think they are also working on getting Game Pass on other consoles.
That doesn't make any sense.
They already have Minecraft,
a streaming service for games.
They already have Minecraft on there, and let's
multi-plat, Max. That was multi-platform before Microsoft.
And so was Call of Duty, and so was Elder Scrolls before Microsoft.
You're confusing the two. You're confusing Game Pass and multi-platform. There's two different things, Max.
I know they're two different things. I'm saying they're working on both. And I think it's significant that both Nintendo and Xbox are making a press conference, and it would put pressure against Sony.
You tell them, man.
And they do have the big IP. And I know Minecraft was popular before. Minecraft was popular before Microsoft bought it, and the same is true with all the BioWare and the Activision titles too. And they let those be on other consoles.
It's called third-party platforms, Max.
Hey, bro, what about like Mario on Xbox? Okay, think about that.
Mario will never be on Xbox.
You'll
get Mario on the PC.
You're
before
thinking
Xbox.
Too small. People, all these other fanboys, Sony and Nintendo. Less so Noni.
Do you?
Let me finish. I'm cooking. Let me
just say this, man.
Do you think
would you
let me just ask you this?
Would you expect to go to Paramount Plus to watch Netflix?
Zaslav, Warner Brothers is licensing out.
I could go to Netflix to watch Paramount Plus, if you know what I'm saying.
Netflix, you can watch Warner Brothers stuff on there. That's actually a good. Right? That's actually a good comparison, Bruce. You can watch Warner Brothers content on other streamers, but let me just ask you this way: do you think that Microsoft is trying to get its Xbox or Game Pass on other systems? Do you think they're trying to do that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And do you think acquiring what's Microsoft's end game besides just being a third party selling games on other systems? I believe they're trying to get the Game Pass there, whereas you have all these IPs. They're huge IPs. They were popular before Microsoft bought them, like Minecraft. Call of Duty Minecraft is probably bigger IP than Call of Duty, honestly, but it's close.
Another good example was like Ubisoft. Okay, they had Ubisoft Connect, which was
on an
you
app
could download all the, you could download and play for
and that was a subscription service on other platforms.
Yeah, but it got bought up by Xbox or by Microsoft. Okay,
so I believe this is the end game.
Something like that but with Xbox, they
now,
absolutely could. They absolutely could put Game Pass on there, just
now
because what's the
Sony
difference?
doesn't want to do that, but if the pressure is there,
What
It's
pressure?
what's
It's
what's
not
it to
like people
Sony
want to
though? I
leave
mean, honestly,
PlayStation to go play. You can. What you guys don't fail to realize, people either have an Xbox and a PC, or a PlayStation 5
And the
PC,
PC,
or have
yeah.
a combination of those two, all three with the Switch.
here's
You
the
know,
here's the
there's a
pressure.
PC, and you
Here's
don't
what
need.
here
You have a
here
PC, you got Game Pass. You
here's the
don't
pressure.
need
I'm
to
going to
have
make
it on the
myself bigger.
console.
This is what I would do if I was in Microsoft's position. Yes, you could buy Call of Duty on PlayStation 5 months later and pay $70, or you could play it on Game Pass now. And
You're
platform. Let me
delusional to
finish.
think they're
Let,
going to
let me
release
finish.
one of their biggest IPs in the world for free with Game Pass subscription. That is
Is Game
ridiculous.
Pass free? No, they'll raise their price.
They should raise the
play it
price to
on
like $40
You could
if
play
that's
it
the
on
case.
Game Pass now or pay later $70 on PlayStation, and that would put a lot of pressure on Sony to have Game Pass there, where you have customers that say, "I want to play Call of Duty right now, Sony." Whereas
So you want them to put it on PlayStation, cut into their profits by having to pay.
It would be
Sony.
worth it to get Game
Sorry.
Pass on a Sony console.
it'd be like having any other third-party platform rental service.
Now, is this
on
definitely
your
going to
console.
happen? No, but I think there's a possibility, and I think it's their end game.
And it'd be
Max,
kinda
there's a
cool.
thing called there's a thing called for example, a Switch emulator. You could put that on PC. You don't need to buy a Switch.
I mean, that's all you would have
I
to
do that
do.
all the time.
That's all you'd have to do. You could play it on
Yeah.
Game Pass now. You could buy it $70 on the Microsoft console if you don't want to do Game Pass. But for other systems, there's a time exclusive before you can buy a $70 game, and that would put so much pressure. And then Nintendo, for example, Nintendo's next hardware may not be able to handle the graphic capabilities unless it's through the cloud or Game Pass, which Microsoft has been working with. So I think there's a strong possibility that Switch 2 is going to have Game Pass capability, and that'll put more pressure on Sony. That's my theory.
For example, Max, right? They just, when they just released the Arkham trilogy, the Arkham Knight game literally could not run on the Nintendo Switch.
But cloud gaming part, they could do it that way.
Well, Max, you got to realize the Nintendo games don't take a lot of processing power. That's why their consoles aren't that powerful, and you still need certain requirements to place Xbox games on the Switch. It's not going to happen.
The Switch 2 is rumored
to be
the power is going to be around PS4, maybe Xbox One, maybe Xbox S power. That can handle the cloud. That's already proven that can handle the cloud. Ask Jade in the chat or CJH, who have the old Xbox, and they stream games. So you have the proven abilities of streaming games from the cloud. It's not perfect, but I believe Microsoft could work with Nintendo on that, and that will be a plus for Nintendo. That does, yes, their first parties are where it's at. What has Nintendo lacked?
Do you know why? I don't. Well, let me just say this. I don't think Microsoft is going to ever stop making consoles. I think this is just somebody heard something and they're running with it. I don't think this is because the reason consoles exist is because not everybody can afford to keep updating their computer for these games.
True.
Everybody can't afford a 4090 like I have over here.
One thing that Microsoft has done better than Sony, one thing that Microsoft has done better with Sony, and I think it's the future of these streaming services. Look at Netflix. You have different versions. You have 4K, 1080p, different quality. I think when you have a streaming service like this, if you want it to meet mass appeal, which Microsoft has the possibility of doing, if they get outside of the Xbox and if they get on another platform, that is going to be freaking huge. And that'll be worth it to lose some money on sales for Call of Duty, to have it on Game Pass day one and have it on other platforms. But one thing that they've done that's great is scalable games. People think that having the Series X and the Series S is a mistake. It's actually a benefit. You could still even have the original Xbox have games. Having these scalable games is a benefit to the future of having a service like Game Pass be like Netflix. That means it opens up your consumer base. They just have to get outside the box. And I think thinking outside the box is where Microsoft.
It is not impossible to think that you can't just have. Okay, you can have an Xbox app on your phone. It could be an Apple phone.
This is what they've been working on. They have an end game.
Just trying, dude. I'm telling you right now, they stand to make way more money just by releasing their content.
Now they could just do third party if they literally cannot get Game Pass on another platform. I understand that's a hard thing to do, but I think that's their end game, and I think they're going to try.
I just not to because first off, they have Electronic Arts. Okay, that's a big ass company, dude. You know how awesome it is.
They have Activision, not Electronic Arts.
Whatever, dude. I could play Madden, the last year's version, for $9.99 a month. Do you know how?
EA Play is included in Microsoft.
Listen here, nerds. EA Play is included with that.
Yes.
Okay.
It's including Game Pass. Yeah.
Think outside the box for just a hot second. Not everybody plays, those kind of video games. People are into sports games and racing games. Maybe I have a PlayStation and I want to play Forza. It's a selling point. It was when I bought a PlayStation or an Xbox 360.
No, I said I could be wrong.
I preferred it.
I just think that's. I
just don't see how you made the leap from Microsoft releasing their first party games to PlayStation.
They also want Game Pass. It's not just about
where have they said that officially?
They want
officially. Where have they said that officially?
They want Game Pass to be on other platforms. They said that.
Have they announced that?
First off, the next person to ask for official on this channel, I'm going to play him the intro. What does the intro say?
Rumors and speculation.
What does the intro say? What does it say? Repeat it.
What happened to facts and movie talk? Damn it!
Then get your ass off MME because you're in the wrong place for it, fellas. All right.
Yes. No facts, no research.
Jesus Christ,
man.
Blue Jay,
no.
Blue Jay, what's your opinion
your
on
gamer?
this, Blue Jay?
Yeah, what's your opinion?
I apologize, Blue Jay. He's been here for like 20 minutes. He's been working.
I don't.
You don't care.
I don't.
Thank you. Good.
I mean, Xbox. All I heard is Xbox wants to go on PlayStation. That's all I heard.
They want Game Pass to be on more than just Xbox and PC. That's a fact.
Is that a crazy
you can't
suggestion?
say it.
They want that.
Honestly, I'll just be real. This is not that deep.
Thank you. That it's not like out of left field.
It's not even that on deep, Nintendo, guys.
Dude, it makes.
Is it gonna happen? Not necessarily, but they want it to happen. And Joe is.
You just said it was a fact. Now it's
they want it to happen. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen. After conferences they've had interviews, I've watched interviews with Phil Spencer. That he wants it to be. He wants Game Pass. That's the goal. Is Game Pass right now? It's not even the console. It's Game Pass.
Bro, when I even heard the fact that they were even going to do this, people were just freaking out. Like this is the RIP Xbox. I'm like, dude, it's not
Xbox. No,
it's not deep, bro. Like I'm not even into that. It's just console war talk. I'm just like, just don't even like. I have both an Xbox and a PlayStation. I don't even. It's just I'm like, bro. It's games are still gonna be there. It's not going anywhere. Like it's just wow. I don't know. It's just,
Ryan Landis.
You can still play the games, guys.
I officially want $10 million. Now you can quote this as a fact. They've been in. I don't have the exact timestamp of interviews. He said he wants Game Pass to go past the Xbox console. He said that. That's a fact that he said that. Did he say Sony directly or Nintendo directly? No, but he said he wants Game Pass on more than just Xbox and PC platforms, even built in the TVs. And that's where scalable games is a benefit of what Xbox has been doing with Game Pass. You have scalable and cloud gaming,
Oh, Steam has been
Boring.
doing that for years already with the TVs. With what is it called? Fuck, I have it here somewhere.
Joe.
GeForce Gaming or whatever it's called. GeForce
We'll
Gaming.
get back to movie talk. Now Joe's here. Joe, what's your thoughts on the Fantastic Four?
Well, I don't know. I've heard so much about Game Pass that I think it's time we spend the next 20 minutes discussing Movie Pass. Remember Movie Pass? Let's talk
Yeah,
about
like-
movies.